Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to do something cool. We're going to do some psychological tests. This one is to see if you're a psychopath. I was always kind of curious if I was, because, I don't know, you just wonder. Alright, let's do it. I've always found it easy to convince people to do favors for me. I would say yes and no, because if you like me, I feel like I can get my way. But like, if you don't like me, it tends to be harder. Like, I can do small favors like, hey, can you hand me that pen? But like nothing big, if that makes sense. You get to like me. When I know someone is struggling, I think of them often and hope they're doing okay. I actually do. I'm really like caring about people. I like worrying about you. So if you're not doing okay, that will come up in my mind a little bit, especially if you're like struggling, you know, because I'll be like, oh my god, I hope they're okay. Other people make so many stupid mistakes compared to me. Oh my god, this one's kind of hard, because, like, situationally, yes. But only, let me explain. Like, at work, there's certain things that piss me off. Like, if you don't, like, try to make it better for somebody else. For example, I work in a deli. If you don't do the prep for me as well, it starts to make me mad and feel like you're just taking advantage of me. And, like, you don't care. Like, you just don't care about other people. Like, it's got to the point where I decided that at work, I'm just not going to do anything extra anymore unless I feel like it. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way, like, I feel like I have to. So if I don't want to make the extra prep for, like, the night crew, then I won't. It's not my job anyway, like, and it started making me feel better about myself, because I'm not mad anymore, I'm not taken advantage of. What the heck? Go away. Okay, sorry. Other people make so many stupid mistakes compared to you. Let's say half and half. I don't see a problem with lying if it helps me get what I want. Yes to me when I was younger, but no now. If someone told me that I hurt their feelings, I would feel badly. Yeah, I'm really worried about stuff like that, to be honest. I have this point system in my head. I don't know if it's just like everybody does this, but I get kind of scared that, like, if I get too many points negative with you, you're just gonna hate me forever, and then I can never salvage the friendship. So I'll try to do, like, nice things to, like, get another point in my head, and like, oh, they don't hate me now. Yeah, do I need therapy? Maybe. In truth, I find most people boring or stupid. I find people fascinating. I love people. Especially if you're weird. Be weird and I'll love you. People often blame me for things that are actually their fault. I feel like that happens to me a lot. I don't know if it's just because I have abandonment issues or if I have some other issues going on, but I actually feel like this lately. This happened to me at work. I kind of got yelled at for talking, and to be fair, I was talking. I'm not going to say I wasn't, because, you know, I don't lie. I don't like to lie. I was talking. But it was only me that got yelled at by two separate people, and it kind of pissed me off. Because it's like, well, I know that I was talking. I'll take that. But why is it always me who's like, hey, you know, Cactus, you have to stop talking. Go back to work. Like, why is it always me? You know, they don't know if they didn't come up to me and be like, hey, Cactus, I need to talk to you or whatever. It's like, it's weird. Like, it just made me feel bad. I've been kind of struggling with that lately, making it feel like things are always my fault, you know? People who refuse to break rules out of principle are foolish. They'll never get ahead. I agree in some way. Because I love following the rules. But sometimes you have to break them if the person's evil. So it's like situationally acceptable in my head again. So I'm going to say disagree, but not fully. Seeing someone cry has a little effect on me other than maybe irritating me. I have a weird effect on this because, like, it depends, again, what happened. If I made you cry because I did something, like, that made you upset, then I'm going to be really upset. But if it's like you're crying because somebody had passed away, I don't know what to do. Like, feel bad, but I'm like sitting there like, do you want a hug? Because I don't like being touched. So I don't know how to, like, give comfort to other people. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Will you stop? Go away. I'm trying to make a video here. So I'm going to say agree, almost. It's fun to antagonize people just to see how upset they get. No, I don't like doing that. I get uncomfortable at the thought of committing a crime. Let's say middle of the road. Because I have committed very small crimes. I'm not gonna, like, make myself out to be, like, a villain or anything, but, you know. I usually know just what to say to make other people do what I want. I don't always know. I'll do whatever it takes to feel a thrill. I don't like that. It is important to honor financial obligations. I completely agree, especially if you borrow money from somebody. You need to pay that back. Don't be a douche. Don't just like borrow money and then never pay them back or leave them hanging. You know, it makes me super anxious to let people borrow money, and I let them know, like, when are you gonna pay me back? Like, I need to know before I hand this money to you. And I hardly ever lend out money, and I never take money from other people either. So it's hard for me to, you know, say that it's a disagree for sure. Like, it's definitely something I agree on. Everyone else seems emotional and whiny compared to me. That's not true. I think I'm actually over emotional. That's something I've been working on, to be honest. I have trouble too with my emotions, because like I either shut down completely or I have too much emotion. So I get really angry or I get really sad, and there's like no in between, and I don't know how to like handle that. I've been trying really hard to regulate my emotions, but you know, helping other people instead of focusing on myself is usually a waste of time. I completely disagree. Wait, helping other people instead of focusing on myself is usually a waste of time. I prefer... Oh, sorry, I completely agree. I am such a yes person. Like, I have trouble saying no to people, so really, I prefer... I don't care about myself. Like, if my baby wanted, like... If she's freezing, I just take off my shirt and give it to her, my coat. I'd be like, here you go. Like, I'm that type of mom. I don't like people... I'm not gonna say any names, but there's some people that don't buy coats for their kids. I think that's kind of messed up. And I get more... Maybe it's because I never really was, like, given much attention growing up. I'm not sure what the psychological effects on me for that was, because I was in a big family, and, you know, they did their best, but my dad wasn't the best. So I think that I don't like people focusing on me, because I feel like the other shoe's gonna drop, or I feel like I'm not worthy of that attention. So I feel like I get more of a thrill of helping other people, because it makes me feel good, because I know that I never got that, so I'm going to give them something better. Especially like with my kids. I would prefer, like last Christmas, I didn't have enough money for gifts, so like I ended up just giving everyone else gifts and giving my children gifts. And I didn't really get anything, like, besides a couple dollar things, you know, like little tool gifts so they wouldn't feel bad. Because I didn't want them to realize that I didn't make gifts for myself, you know. But I prefer that they are taken care of, because I want them to feel like that's something I'm hardcore with my kids. It's like I said, it's just like way better to tell people. I'll move on from that question. I could talk about that forever. I don't understand people who are anxious or feel fearful all the time, because nothing really scares me. Completely disagree. I am so anxious that it's stupid. Like, I get so anxious, especially the dentist, because I don't like being touched. I don't like being held down, and that's like the worst position you can be in, because you just have to sit there and you're forced to stare up into them. You know, you kind of have to look at them. I hate it. What? Why wouldn't it let me disagree? Oh. Oh, it didn't let me answer the other one, that's why. I don't understand. Okay, so disagree, because I'm always anxious. Some people just aren't meant to succeed in life, and that's not my problem. I'm kind of weird about this one. I feel like some people... No, that's wrong. I don't agree with that one, actually. I was just thinking about it, because I feel like... I was thinking more of a punishment scheme for like people in jail, or people who are psychopaths for real. I was thinking they're not meant to like be, you know, people of power and people of like success, you know, like, but it's not really about that. I think it's more like everyone. So I don't really agree. I think everyone has the ability to succeed in life, and you just have to really put the work in. You know, like, no matter what's happening in your life, there's always a way to make 5 minutes of your time. Like, even for this, like my kid, you know, I just had a baby like 6 months ago? Wow. No, she's technically 8. Anyways, so I had a baby, and like, it's really hard for me to do these anymore. And I've been trying really hard to make content, but it's so hard because, you know, she doesn't take naps. So I'm trying to figure out more times that I can start doing this. So I wear my heart on my sleeve. Oh, yes, I do. I'm such a child in some ways, because I feel like, once again, I didn't get to grow up properly, so for me, my heart is on my sleeve because it's like that kid again. It's always like, I wanted to have that affection and love, and I wasn't really given as much as I should have gotten. So for me, it's like that little kid is still there and was never really healed. So I'm working on healing that about me, trying to make myself feel like I'm enough. If a rule or law would get in the way of my goals, I feel justified in breaking it. Not always. I'm going to say half and half, because sometimes I'm a little asshole and I'm like, dude, I feel so justified in what I'm doing. It depends on what it is. I try not to, and I've been working on that because that's kind of messed up. I think the worst thing I've ever done, and I feel bad about this, is like if somebody, like one time we put soda on the bottom of our cart and the person didn't scan it. So I was younger. Let me say that. I was younger and I didn't have a lot of money. So we just didn't worry about it. It was like 4 cases of soda. And, I just thought to myself, how many times can I get away with that? Because, like, it is stealing, and I realized that, and it was wrong, but it's like, I felt like since I didn't have a lot, and it was like, their fault for not scanning it sort of thing, like, it was kind of a loophole. But nowadays, I know that's wrong, and I'd never have done it again. I feel really bad about it now. Let's see what the test score's like. Ooh. That's true, but I have anxiety, so I think this is meaning the anxiety part of it. Damn it. What do the scores mean? 20 through 50, few antisocial tendencies. So thank God I'm not like middle of the road. That's cool. Your score suggests that you are low in psychopathy. You report very few signs of psychopathy, suggesting you are empathetic. I am, and care about the feelings of others. You may occasionally act in an expedient manner, but in general you recognize that your needs don't trump other people's, and you take time to consider the consequences in making decisions. I love that. I love that. It's funny. Psychopathy falls on the spectrum, but individuals with very high levels of psychopathy, often colloquially labeled psychopaths, are rare. Experts estimate that only 1% of people could be classified as a true psychopath. Wow. Yeah, I didn't think I was, honestly. I knew I'm empathetic. I really am. I really care about other people. I like to be friends with everybody, really. Let me know what you guys thought about this. I'm gonna try to find some more tests to do, because I feel like this is kind of like fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had fun. Bye.